panelists. I think I got enriched by each one of them. So let's Vignesh, God, yeah, you are helping to clean the environment. We need people like you, man.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Because we people pollute it, and you are there to clean it.
Some of the other person will do this. Or group of persons will do this. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your appreciation, sir.
Okay. Let's get moving, right? So let me make it more interesting here. First of all, I keep hearing this word. This is a new normal. Let's get that very clear in our heads. There's nothing as a new normal. This is the normal. So there's nothing old, new, or primitive. This is the normal. Take it or leave it. Your acceptance is not required. You have to do it. So you're not given a choice here. And I can tell you one thing very, very clearly. This isn't going to recede back. In actually, reality is going to up the ante. It's going to become more complex. So if you think that we passed the tide, then you're sadly mistaken. We've just started. This romance has just started. So a lot of things have to take place. The cleaning up is just starting. Okay, and the second is, now in this volatile atmosphere, you need to prosper. So the equation is very clear. The normal is not going to change. It's going to become more challenging, and you still have to prosper. Now that's an equation, whether you take it or whether you leave it. So please desist burying your heads in the sands of time, thinking that the situation will change. Nothing is going to change. You got to change, and if you can't change, thank you. The only place for you not to change is the grave. So if the business is not doing well, it's not because of the environment, it's because you don't want to do well. So let's stop blaming others for what we are supposed to do. Okay? And I hear this every day because I am into the field. The market is bad. When was the market not bad? Let me take you back to some interesting facts. When the going was good, certain companies were still doing bad. And when the things were good, certain companies were still doing good. So it's got nothing to do with the market. It's entirely to do with how you perceive your organization and yourself. If you want to succeed, then you only have only to succeed. If you don't want to succeed, even God can't help you. So the only person who can help you or destroy you is you. So starting, and I like to put two words in the SMEs very, very clearly. This I tell the SMEs we always want to make decisions, you know. That's a poor man's way of living. A decision is when you have alternatives. Out of two alternatives, you take one. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can do that. You don't need a huge brain for that. The business guy who has to succeed has to choose things. Choosing and deciding are two different ball games. In deciding, you have options. In choosing, you're responsible and accountable for whatever you do. It's high time that we start taking accountability. I choose to eat a vanilla ice cream because I choose it. I am responsible for the consequences. So please do not go on a softer route when the going is simply getting more complex. And Darwin was absolutely right. Survival of the fittest. And I'll take a very simple example. In our case, either you change or you will be changed. So the choice is yours. And nothing comes easy in life. Not even our birth. It was also a complex mechanism. So let me come back to something. 3 words. I want you guys to absolutely clearly understand this. You need to change, you need to survive, and you need to thrive. This is the only 3 words which are going to make us successful. You have to think and act, not act and think. Let's understand these paradigms very clearly. Think and act, not act and think. Because if you don't think, your act will be nonsense. And if you start with nonsense, you will get garbage. And there is never an eraser in life given to us. You got to do things first time right. I used to work in an organization which was the world's largest logistics organization, FedEx. And the motto we had was the tagline, be right each time, every time. There was never an eraser given to us. So you autograph your work with excellence. That's the way it is. And I always say, either you are number one in business or number two, or you don't exist. So you got to decide whether you want to be number one or number two maximum. And if you're anything below that, please wind it up. You're nowhere in the line. And how can you be number one? Simple logics. You know what we do? SMEs, because I work with them, we create products and we characterize our products, that our product has got these features. Who cares? I don't care what features you have. Products are not sold on what, they are sold on why they are created. What is that why you have? Apple changed the paradigm of the mobile and the music industry. They never compared. They went on gap analysis. We work on need analysis. Two different things. And when you come on need analysis, you work on price. And when you work on price, you autograph your obituary. Because someone is going to make that product much less than what you can even dream of. We don't have a value proposition. I'll take a very simple example. I was really amazed and inspired by some of the guys who said that in the agriculture field, there's an automation which has taken place. You look at the market size you have. Are you selling a need or you're selling a gap? Are you selling a product or you're selling productivity? Are you selling a solution or are you selling a branding for the organization? Just think about it. The whole ball game changes. You don't sell a product. If I was them, I would go to a corporate and say, hey guys, I'll give you a solution about a farm. Let's join together. I'll give you innovative techniques and the best quality vegetables will come. And I'll send it to your office and your homes of your employees so that they are nutritively enhanced. The ball game changes, man. Every organization today looks at giving their employees the best. And what more on the food, which consumes 38% of our budget? Think about it. The whole positioning changes. Am I right? Whether you're in Kerala and you get to about 20 odd companies and say, hey guys, we can do this for you. You're hitting at the emotional need of a person. Am I right? For God's sake, identify the need, yeah. Just because you got a product doesn't mean it's going to sell. And stop selling your product. Make it as something imperative for him, not as a substitute to something. Point your words properly and the market opens up. Yeah. The same thing with the batteries. A huge market, a huge recycle market. Yeah. There are companies who got flush with CSR funds. They're looking at options and they want to get brownie points on environment. Make a value proposition for both of them. Let them own up or subsidize some of these electric those autos and all, and get a branding that we are a very human company. Well, I make money also, yes or no? The job of every business is to make money. And if you can't make money, please close the business. Get out of this rut that we are doing a service. You are not doing any service. Your organizations are made to make money ethically. And if you can't, please sit back home. And no one will allow you to sit back home because they will say, first get the revenue. So in any case, you have to earn money, yes or no? I'm amazed when I talk to the SMEs. Someone did well, I want to copy him. Hey, God, yeah, you are dead from the day one. Yes or no? You're copying others. Where is your thinking faculties of the brain? They've gone to take a walk. And I'll ask a very simple question to all of you here. When was the last time you did the thing for the first time? You got to continuously reinvent your portfolio. We come out with one solution and then we say, Eureka, that's dead. The moment it comes out, someone will do it better than you. You got to be on the billboard, continuously rehashing and coming out with solutions to the problems which don't exist today. That's an entrepreneur. That's known as gap analysis. That's known as visioning. Am I right? When I give this example here, idli is a damn idli only. But when I go to Chennai, there are 30 types of idlis here. That damn idli changes to damned idli. And the guy, I remember one of the shop eatery I went, he charged like anything because he said, I have a special idli. Yeah? So where is the speciality in all of us? When I was looking at the presentations, where is that energy in you? You guys must have the capacity and the tenacity to touch, move, and inspire others. When you talk, there should be a pin drop silence. All right? Talk with logics and get out of this emotional. Business and emotions don't go together, and they never will. It's plain and simple. Either you win or you lose. Am I clear about this? And let me tell you, what has happened with this new normal? We are still eating. The fuel levels have come back. Right? You have money in your banks right now because you can't spend. Malls are closed. The day malls are open, you will go there. Yes, we've lost 48 lakh jobs, and we should. For those guys whose skills don't match. How many of us have redefined and rehashed our skills during this time? Have we done a continuous management education? Have we drawn our business model on a paper again? Have we looked at new market segments? Have we identified new products? Have we created prototypes? 6 months, twiddling thumbs and waiting for things to happen. Yes or no? They will never happen. Just to give you one statistics, maybe that will excite all of you. In the last 5 years, the rate of change has been more than the last preceding 95 years. The world is moving at a obnoxious acceleration. Am I right? You can't even stop. So you got to accelerate more and more again. Have we done that? Think about it. I'm amazed because I go for these meets and these talk shows. Gloom and doom. That's all. I think gloom and doom is the first thing to boom. I'll give you my example here.
Discussion. Basically, you have already told about my company, A Series Envirotech India Private Limited. So the journey we have started in 2017. And we have started this for e-waste management things. Our focus is to we can give the consultancy services to the electronic producer companies in India. And uh, in because e-waste management rule 2016 came up, the policy is stringent that time. So companies are more focusing on how to follow e-waste management norms, and this related to EPR authorization, extended producer responsibility authorization. In that, the producer have to meet their EPR responsibilities to selling their product in the market. So opportunities are, it's a huge opportunity in that, because you have told such the 4 lakh million ton e-waste generation in, I think, in 2020. So it's a huge opportunity. The companies are very less, the which has to manage their e-waste management. So one fact I am giving you, sir, till date, EA series Envirotech is managing 400 electronic good producers to manage their e-waste requirement, manage their e-waste compliances, their e-waste generations. So we are focusing on that. So if I'm talking about the e-waste, sir, and this is a huge opportunity. Anyone wants to enter in that field right now. I think in total 186 or 187 e-waste dismantling companies and recycling companies in India right now. So generation use, the authorization of the e-waste recycling and dismantling is very, very less in compared to generation. So it's a huge opportunity for the young entrepreneur who want to come to enter in that area. It's a huge opportunity, and the prospect and the challenges in that, sir, you have to take a lot of licenses for that. So it will take around 1 or 2 months to take the government license or recycling or dismantling license, because there are consents involved in that, consent to establish, consent to operate. Then you have to go to for the authorization. There are a lot of procedure. Then you will get the passbook for that. So after that, they have to visit your facility, check the norms which CPCB has mentioned in that. So these are the sir, issues right now. And this COVID thing, I think e-waste management is not affected as much, because companies are focusing there. They have CPCB had set their targets. So companies need to comply their target. So they time to time they are issuing so cause notice for that, sir. So it's a huge opportunity for green enterprise in e-waste base per se. I'm talking about, sir. So this is the things.
So it's really a great opportunity, and also this now it's going to be the digital, going to a digital era. More mobile phones, more Androids, more computers.
Yeah.
So, and the scope for the kind of extended the extended producer responsibility,
It's fine.
that consultancy also comes, also recycling of
Yes.
e-waste, which is, so it's
Yes.
going to be a big opportunity for
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. And can you share us more about something about how you can help entrepreneurs who are interested in maybe setting up if some kind of
Uh,
organization in that, and also
sir,
uh, will you be able to provide training, can you mentor them and all that?
sir, first I want to answer your first question. It's a very good question, sir. Uh, the e-waste, when we have started from scratch. We don't have any godfather in this industry. I have struggled and I have started my own. So I know each and everything from scratch level to set up an industry like e-waste recycling or dismantling. So for the entrepreneur who want to enter in this industry, I will definitely guide the facility they have to take, where they have to take their facility, what is the criteria to identify the factory, because there are certain norms. You don't take a housing society or a nearby housing society. You don't take. So I will guide you from scratch. They have facility set up, what the technology needed for that, and what are the consent, what are the project report I will guide, and everything, sir, from A to Z, I will guide for any entrepreneur, anyone wants to discuss with us. Not an issue, sir. And he also meant I strongly believe, sir, if we want to work on SME for the SME sector, definitely I have to be open, and I'm be happy to become a part of mentoring to the upcoming entrepreneurs in a green industry like e-waste, environment impact assessment, because there are the big opportunities for everyone in this industry. Because if you am talking about a raw data, I'm just giving a data for that. Like if we relate it to environment, health, and safety market, in recent survey, it's a $3.97 billion in 2016. Okay, sir, and is projected to reach $7.38 billion by 2022. Okay, sir. So it's a CAGR, it's a 11.1%. It's a growth.
Okay.
So it's a huge opportunity, sir. If anyone wants to become entrepreneur in that industry, it's golden time for anyone who wants to go do something in this field. Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, you are also doing something related to environmental impact assessment. You know, maybe you can one
Yes,
word
sir.
you can mention that, and you can, yeah.
Yeah, sir. Environment impact assessment basically, first of all, sir, any developmental project like construction, big construction project, high-rise buildings, mining industry, there are thermal power plant, there are 42 sectors, development sectors involved in that, which need to do environment impact assessment report before commence the project. Okay, sir. So in that, Quality Council of India has given the certificate duly recognized by environment impact assessment, environment.
What content marketing is, and then we'll proceed from there. Content marketing. Am I audible?
No, you are not audible.
No, I'm not.
You need to.
Sorry. Okay. So, am I audible now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So to answer your question, we need to first understand what content marketing is. Content marketing is basically a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content. And for what purpose? To attract and retain a clearly defined audience, and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. So all this comes under digital marketing. Digital marketing is the broad umbrella, and content marketing is a key part of it. Actually. So now we all know that traditional marketing is becoming less and less effective by the minute. And forward-thinking marketers and entrepreneurs know that instead of pitching your products and services, today you need to provide solutions and useful content to your prospective customers and make them solve their problems themselves. And this is where the effectiveness of content marketing comes in. Now, in simple terms, the difference between content marketing and other informational garbage that you get every day by companies trying to sell you stuff is that the information overload sent to us every day is not relevant or valuable. You'll probably mark it as spam, or you'll probably delete it because it's of no use to you. Content marketing, on the other hand, is relevant, targeted, and valuable. And it is exactly what you're looking for or what you need. And this is what makes it so intriguing in today's environment. Thousands of marketing messages per day. So that's basically what content marketing is. Now, today, content marketing is used by all leading brands, such as P&G, Microsoft, Cisco, Dell, and it is also developed and executed by small businesses and entrepreneurs because now they've understood the significance of it. Why? Because it works. Now we come to the question, why content marketing? Look at it this way. Your customers, leads, and audience members want valuable content from your business. And that content needs to reach audience members in a way that feels natural and organic versus being disruptive and not needed and, a nuisance generally. So effective content marketing techniques can help you do that. And as a result, improve brand awareness, boost revenue, establish yourself as an industry leader, stand ahead of competition, and much more. So therefore, I would say that what SMEs, all businesses, particularly SMEs, must understand is that marketing is impossible without great content. Content marketing is the cornerstone of digital marketing, regardless of what type of marketing tactics you use. Content marketing should be a part of your process and not something separate. It's not like content marketing is on the one side and everything else is on the other. No, content marketing is an integral part. It's a part and parcel of your marketing strategy. So in the next few minutes, what I propose to do is to just give you a bird's eye view of the different types of content marketing, why content marketing is important, some examples, and how to get a strategy going. Now, why is content marketing important? Content marketing can basically help your business with the following things. One, it can educate your leads and prospects about the products and services you offer and how it can benefit them. It can build relationships between your customers and businesses that result in increased loyalty. So people will keep coming back to your business because you're offering them, you're giving them what they want. By way of content, you're luring them. So they'll keep coming back to you. Show your target audience how your products and services solve their challenges and their needs, and also create a sense of community and identity within your brand. These are some of the things that content marketing does, and that's why it is very, very important. Don't think that content is just a small part of my business. Basically, it's my business is about a lot of other things. No, content is the key. Content is king. Now, let's look at the types of content marketing. Now, you don't need to incorporate all of these into your business. Try and choose what you think fits your business, your budget, and everything appropriately. Here are some common content marketing techniques. One is social media content marketing. See, research says that globally there are over 3.6 billion social media users. So it's easy to understand why so many businesses invest in social media marketing. Now, as we all know, there are a number of platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat, etc. That fall under social media. And there are several ways that you can create and share content on each of them, not just written content. I also mean photos, live videos, pre-recorded videos, stories, so many things. So that is one. The next type of content is the infographic content marketing. That is, some people, when they come to your website or when they go to a social media, they don't have time to sit and watch a video or to watch a live, streaming or anything. So for them, content is displayed as data in an easy to understand graphic format, just short, simple words, clear statements and clear images and graphs possibly. So they can, if you're trying to show them a trend or if you're trying to show them how your product is moving vis-a-vis other products or the market trend, whatever it is, just by looking at the graph and just by looking at, just by reading the short words and clear statements, they can quickly understand what you're trying to say. And this works well if your audience is really large and you want everyone to understand, because not everyone will be as clued in as you are. So, for everyone to understand, this will be a good option. Now, third is blog content marketing. Now, blogs, we all know. I mean, we've never realized it, but blogs are a really powerful method to reach out to your audience. Why? Because blogs allow for creativity, purpose, and topic. Now, we might think that blog is just, suppose I I want to write a personal piece about something that I've experienced or somewhere I've traveled to. I can do that. I can create a blog site and I can just write that and put a picture and I can put it all over social media and done. That same technique can be used to promote your products and services. How? You can talk about, you can do things like promoting your content both visually and through written ways. And you can write it like a story. You don't need to write it like, I have this business and this is what I do, or these are the services that I offer. No, you can write it in a good format. Like, for example, if you're dealing with a travel solutions company, you can say that, travel in today's times has changed and there's a lot of digital thing in that. And one of the best things you like about travel is this and this. And then you can come to your a company and your offering, and so it'll make for a very interesting read. And blogs are short, so people don't have to sit and read essays and get bored. And in a blog you can also share videos and you can share pictures, so that makes it even more interesting, and people will read interesting blogs. And that is really, and that involves no cost, no expense. It's something totally up to you. You don't need to employ somebody to write a blog for you. You can sit and write it yourself. So blogs are really, really powerful. Try it and you'll understand what I'm talking about. The next one is podcast content marketing. Now, they've been around for a while, but it's only now that everyone's actually begun to understand how powerful and how effective they are. Let me give you a statistics. According to a 2020 survey, it was found that 37% of adults in the US listen to a podcast within a month. So that's pretty massive. I mean, that's the US. Probably when you come to India, it might be a little less, but podcasts are fast growing and they're very effective. So because of that, now many businesses and media outlets have begun creating and sharing their own podcasts. And the best thing is, just like blogs, podcasts are sound based. So you can give short snippets. You can choose what to talk about, and they can just be short 2 or 3 lines or sentences. And the advantage is, because they're audio based, your target audience, they don't actually need to sit somewhere and listen to it. They can actually just keep the headphones on and just do whatever they're doing and listen to it. So it's a very convenient, quick and easy way of marketing your product, especially if you're a small business. And it's very easy to start a podcast. I don't want to get into that right now for want of time, but it's something that if you Google on the internet, you can find. And if you'd like more on tips on how to go about creating a good podcast, you can always get in touch with me after the event. Then the next one, the next type of content marketing that I'd like to talk to you about is video content marketing. Now, according to research globally, over 50% of consumers say they want to see videos of the brands that they interact with. Brand loyalty is, you cannot discount the importance of brand loyalty. Suppose they're loyal to your brand and they keep buying your stuff or your products or your services. Your customers would love to see a video of your brand, how the products are made, or what the inside of your office looks like, or what governs your thought process, or what drives your marketing strategy. They would love to watch videos, and believe me, that contributes to a lot of brand loyalty, and that brings in more customers also. Because suppose you have a business and I'm not your customer, but I accidentally come across your video, or a friend of mine who buys your product says, okay, listen to watch this video, it's really nice, and I watch your video, and just based on that video, I decide to buy your brand. So you cannot discount the importance of video content marketing. Video content marketing not only does that, it improves your return on investment, because people, if you invest in a good video content strategy, your brand image will just grow. You might be a small business, you might be an entrepreneur, you might be just thinking of going digital, but a video content plan will really boost your image and your consumer base. Now, paid ad content marketing. Now, paid ads. Now, a lot of people think, why should I pay for an ad? When there is social media, when there are free platforms to just about advertise anything that I want to, why should I pay? But if you pay, the advantage is that you can position your ad or your product in all the right places where you would want to be seen. For example, when somebody does a Google search, your website or your product will come up first or second, because people are not going to scroll to when you page number 5 of Google search to search for your product. No, they'll just look for the first 3 or 4 and they'll click on those. So paying for an ad actually helps you be seen in the right place at the right time. And you can even pay for ads on social media, so consider that. And paid ads are not that expensive, so consider that as a strategy depending on your budget. You should consider that the paid aspect as well. Don't just think of free all the time. So those are some of the popular content marketing strategies. Like I said, you can choose which one you want to adopt. You can go in for all of them, or you can select a few depending on your business, your budget, and your target audience. Now, the another aspect is how to create a content to be effective. You need a good content marketing strategy, right? You cannot just randomly create content. You need to know what content to create, what social platforms to put it on, what the goal of the content should be, who it should reach, etc. So basically, an effective content marketing strategy should set smart goals. It should determine KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators, or goals. Who do you want it to reach? Choose the content channels. That is, what media do you want to use? Do you social media? Do you want to use Instagram? Do you want to use Facebook? Do you want to use Twitter?
So our main services which we do are these projects and development planning and project management of farming and technology in intensive farming. So we have found out that there are some problems in the current method of farming in India itself, because 30% of our vegetables and fruits are lost due to unprofessional management of these products. So if this was available, we could have gone, this 30% of that food amount is enough to feed UK. So you can just imagine how much we are wasting. So we thought that, there is a great opportunity in just doing that. And anyway, we five cannot do it alone. And we have started an FPO, a farmer producer organization, where we are inviting farmers where they are shareholders, and along with that we are whatever is your profession or whatever they like. So we have integrated the youth in, and the people who don't have job, like even just say a driver. So if that driver, he comes into this, he just have to pay a starting of 500 rupees. That is our FPO's charge. And once he is into this, we will give him a job. Along with that, we just try to make him an agripreneur. So there is entrepreneur, and now we have a new term. So we call it as agripreneurs.
Very
and
good.
there is a great opportunity in that. So we are I am so happy that we have great people here. So the first speaker, actually I want to have a chat with him in person, because he's into electronic field, and we are amasing. So we are we are also into this electronics field. So because we need the basic electronic equipments to monitor the pH, humidity levels in water. So not talking much, I'm just going directly into this. So this is actually a recycled plastic. This is made of recycled plastic. So this is high-tech poultry cage with a recycled plastic. So this actually, it is very simple and neat, and even you can keep it in your home, inside your house itself. So you have a cleaning chamber and everything. So this looks professional and neat. And this is scoop system. And this is actually our model farm, which we have developed as a model to show the people that what is the technology intensive farming. And here we have integrated most of the latest technology which can be adapted to our climatic conditions. So the main problem which the farmers face here are the seeds. The seeds which are being produced in Tamil Nadu cannot be used in Kerala, and this cannot be used in Karnataka. So that is a big problem, and everybody knows hybrid, and the people go behind that. But unfortunately, it's a fact that those hybrids which are, if you go to IIHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research or something like that, those websites, you can identify that there are seeds in which it's mentioned that these are not for Kerala. So Kerala or any state. So these are area specific, you can say, and in that we integrate all the latest technology. So this what you see is fertigation method of farming. So in this, actually the labor cost is cut by 75%. That means there is no need for a labor to daily watch or do anything. The drip irrigation is integrated with what we say fertigation. Fertilizer is also given through water. So that means we don't have to go to the plant to water it or give fertilizer. It's all in the tank. So our 9 acres of land which we have developed as a model farm, we don't go to plants to give them water or fertilizer. So it's all from the center tank. So that is the biggest advantage of it. So what is the advantage as a agripreneur, what you get from India? The advantage is the robust demand. The robust demand is like the large population, which we have in India. So that means there is enough and more of demand in India itself, and the attractive opportunities. The demand, the opportunities which are like before, the farmers used to be like a class which was the low class. So, but now as we call it the agripreneurs, we just go. I myself work in my field. So it's like a little more high tech, and we are using this, so we don't get much dirt on our hand. So this becomes a more attractive opportunities, and we are now getting a very good feedback from people that they are ready to work on our ways. And policy support, as you know, now the new agricultural policy has come. So that means more privatization, more fund, and every time you see more than 60% of the national fund goes to agriculture development. But where it goes, nobody knows. But when you are into this, you know how to tap it and you know how to get it. And then the other thing is competitive advantage. The high portion of agricultural land, diverse climatic conditions, that is the biggest advantage in India. Out of 4 seasons, we have all 4 seasons. We have all 24 climatic conditions in India. So that means anything which grows in the world, we can produce it in India itself. So that is the biggest advantage as an Indian we get. Then the sad part of it is that horticulture production in India is 310.74 million tons. So that was 2019 statistics. But the wastage was 65.10 tons. This I am just showing just to show you how much of opportunity is there. So the wastage was 21% in 2019. And unfortunately, in the global hunger index, India is 102 out of 117 countries. Our neighbor Pakistan is 27. I'm just nobody should get hurt in this. Just I am telling the facts. So just we should understand how much, if we could have saved this amount, then we could have given it to those people. But why this happens is because of bad logistics and cool chamber systems. So what we have done is that we have selected the farming areas, and we have started making a segregation center which is automated to currently 25 to 70% is technology integrated. Like segregation is done automatically by automated machines. So what we have is that Kerala itself for us is a huge opportunity. So we are planning to divide Kerala itself into districts, and each districts to have a satellite team like us. So we are inviting interested entrepreneurs who are into this to come and work with us, and we give them the training, we give them the support, we give them the technical systems, and then they can be on their own feet to start the same setup. And as a cluster under the FPO, we just develop as a team. even the food processing unit, food processing unit and the logistics goes together. Then let's go to the high-tech farming. The relevance of high-tech farming in the developing nation. Actually, as I told you, that is an important thing, that 21% of India's production is being wasted just because of unprofessional way of processing or segregating that product. Just for an example, if I say, if a tomato collection area in India, they just keep that tomatoes in a bundle, and then they leave it for like 2 to 3 hours. So what happens is that because of the heat and temperature climate, it just loses, and the farmer does not get the proper value of that. So what we have done is that we have integrated an automated tomato segregator. So in that, it includes sensors in which the size of the tomato and the quality both are being sensed, and they are categorized into 2 to 3 parts. So it takes 100 kgs of tomatoes to be segregated. It takes just 15 minutes. So that is a great thing which a farmer, according to the purview of the farmer, he gets the correct value of what he gives. The best qualities, he can automatically gets the best thing. And then in the high-tech farming, we integrate the advantages. I would just like to go higher. We get a higher crop productivity, decreased use of water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Unfortunately, in Kerala, we are having a very bad problem because of fertilizers. Those who have to use 4 kg of fertilizers, they just think that if I put 40 kg, I will get 40 times the output. But unfortunately, that does not happen. And just we are impacting the nature and the ecosystem on this. Then we have a reduced impact on natural ecosystem. That is the same thing which I told you. The fertilizer, over usage of fertilizer is having a very high impact on the ecosystem. Then less run of chemicals into rivers and groundwaters. Most of our rivers and groundwaters, we don't get a good water to drink just because of this fertilizer usage. Then it's increased work safety. So what are the high-tech farming techniques which we integrate are drip irrigation, fertigation, hydroponics, and aeroponics for the time being. The rest we are just in the pipeline, and we will be doing it soon. The agricultural technologies, we can say what we utilize in our farm are artificial intelligence, robotics, sensors like pH sensors, humidity sensors, and nutritional sensors. And aerial technologies are, we use aerial technologies, that is drone based, GPS technologies, and farm mechanization.
Okay.
Then we have just a few things. Just I will go on the rough. Artificial intelligence, which we use is for mainly for the weather forecasting, because most of the disease conditions which comes to the plants are on the weather. So if it is more humid, that means it is going to have a fungal infection. So just these things can be given automatically to the farmers, that because of this climate, this is going to be the frost conditions, it might be a frost condition, so you have to use this medicines, or these precautions has to be taken. So the farmer will get enough time to save his plants. So that, like in that way, we can just reduce 25 to 90% of losses. So in this picture, you can just see it's, I can see, I think everybody can see it. It's actually Greenhouse Guardian. So it's developed by Bosch, and this is just the same thing which I told you. It takes in the climate, the temperature, the humidity of that particular area, and just sends a message to the farmer saying that, you can expect these problems, along with the pictures and symptoms of the problems. So that will help the farmers to decide what he has to use and when it has to be used. So the crop loss can be saved by a huge amount. And this is weather forecasting.
People who are present here. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
We'll have to move towards energy-based based on we'll have to move towards renewable energy as the situation compels the whole world and so our nation. And for collecting energy, we need batteries. We need batteries. So there is a future of batteries, and we are um, we are going to uh, uh, use more and more and more batteries in future. So one of the friends was talking about e-waste management rule 2016. So I would like to inform you that other than very few big battery manufacturing companies, uh, very few of them are able to recollect batteries for renewable to be renewed in cities other than metropolises, and not even in metropolises. And this also have a very negative impact on our soil, our water, etc. So I'm not. I'll not discuss more about the environmental aspects. So there, secondly, purchasing battery are not easy task for everybody. Like a person who runs e-rickshaw and earns 500 to 700 a day cannot purchase new batteries every time after every 5-6 months. So a farmer, a middle class or low middle class person cannot purchase means has an option of recycling the same battery um, uh, without paying much. And at the same time, entrepreneurs or startups have the opportunity to provide solution to them on a very low cost. Although this will also be a very beneficial project for startup entrepreneurs who wants to start the thing called battery clinic. Why we call it battery clinic?
Clinic.
Because there is battery clinic. Because a group of tools, machines, a kit of machines are able to recycle batteries within 8 hours without making any physical change in the battery, without through microchip. The machine is like ATM machine. The main machine is like ATM machine, and recycles. There are 3 types: recycles 4 or 8 or 12 batteries simultaneously of same size, same capacity. And the rest of the equipments are for testing the health of battery, for looking at the capacity of batteries, etc. So when a person called Mr. Jagdeep Rana have started this project. He was importing machines from South Korea, and now he's making most of the part of that machine here itself in India. Although few of the parts are still getting imported. So the the clinic is a concept. Uh, uh, I should say uh, uh, which could be run by a battery doctor, the entrepreneur whom you can call a battery doctor, we can call a battery doctor, because he need to learn some things before he need to get a training, small training before starting this battery clinic called EcoStan Battery Clinic. It it does not cost very much. Uh, Earlier it was 9,90,000 kit, and now after issue of importing some parts from outside, it has been increased. The cost has been increased, but still it's 12 lakh 70,000 something. So this setup, how this setup can help an entrepreneur is an important part of this, which everybody would like to know. One machine, suppose I'm taking the middle one. One machine, and then as I stated the cost of machine B, K2, which is a mid-size machine, 12 lakh 70 something thousand. That machine recycles 8 battery of same size, same capacity in 8 hours. And if you charge 20% of the actual battery cost from your client, it becomes 500 plus, 500 to 2,000 per battery. And the machine recycles 8 batteries simultaneously. So you can easily earn approximately 4,000 to 12,000 or 16,000 in a day. Depends upon the size of battery and capacity of battery. So it goes up to, means if you see the monthly income from one battery recycling clinic, that goes around 2,000, 2,40,000 approximately minimum. If we go very conservative, 1,50,000 is easily achievable target. The interesting part of this battery clinic is that the machine does not operate the battery, but the way of recycling is desulfation. It recycles through the process of desulfation, Actually, the battery which we use, if some if there is no physical damage to the battery, battery gets sulfated with the time, and uh, the plates get damaged one by one. What this machine does, earlier, first you can check if battery is not damaged. Then you attach the battery with the machine. That machine will desulfate the battery and convert sulfated substances into uh, electrolytes using a specific uh, electric pushing technology. Using a specific electric pushing technology, and after 8 years, similarly powerful batteries, similarly new battery with 10% less strength will be with you. So this is about the means the basic idea about the battery cleaning.
And can you explain about how entrepreneurs can, start the venture? How you support, whom, to.
People who are present here. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
We'll have to move towards energy-based based on on renewable. Actually, we'll have to move towards renewable energy as the situation compels the whole world and so our nation. And for collecting energy, we need batteries. We need batteries. So there is a future of batteries, and we are we are going to.
Hello and welcome. This video today will give you certain practical tips and suggestions for to create a good content marketing plan. Now, we all know the importance of content. Content is powerful, content is king. In fact, it is content that drives businesses today. And post the pandemic, the content, even content has moved from the physical to the virtual or the digital. So, whatever kind of content you intend to create as a business, you need to have a content marketing strategy or a plan in place, because content that is randomly created will have no effect whatsoever and it will just go off like water off a duck's back. So, creating a good content marketing strategy is absolutely essential for businesses today, particularly today, in an era where competition is stiff, everything is virtual, and customers are extremely brand and value conscious. So, whether you're just starting out with content marketing or you've been using the same approach for a while, it never hurts to um, sort of understand the basics of a good content marketing strategy. If you're using it for the first time, you need to make sure that it meets certain goals and meets certain targets. And if you're using it, and if you're not a first time user, you've been using it for a while, then you need to revisit it, and you need to make sure that it's innovative, it's up to date, and that it has relevance for your customers. Because a lot of people or a lot of businesses, they create content and they have a content marketing strategy, and they follow that, you know, year after year, which is wrong, because market preferences change, audience tastes change. So you've got to revisit your content marketing strategy and figure out whether it's still relevant, what needs to change, and what new thing needs to come in. So now, just to sort of sum it all up in statistics, a study by HubSpot has said, the name of the study is Not Another State of Marketing. It says that almost 70% of businesses are actively investing in content marketing in 2020. So you see how important content marketing has become today. Earlier, it was just, like say 5 to 10% of businesses. But now, a whopping number or a large number of businesses are waking up to the need for fresh or good content. So now let's look at, the essentials, or the tools, to create a good content. Now, the first tool that you need, or the first and most basic tool that you need, is to know the purpose of your content. Now, that's a fairly basic but very, very important tool. You need to know why you are creating this content. What is the purpose of the content? Now, to know what the purpose of your content is, you need to know who will be reading your content. That is your audience. You need to know who your audience is, what their age group is, what their demographics is, what their location is, what their market preferences are, and so you need to understand your audience thoroughly, and you need to know who you're catering to. That will give you the purpose of the content. Also, you need to know what problem you will be solving for your audiences. Now, this is a little tricky. Let me explain it to you better. Every business, every product, or every service is actually designed to cater to some need of the customer. That need can be seen as a problem. They don't have access to that product or service, and which is why they need it. So that is a problem. So typically, you as a business owner, or you as a startup entrepreneur, will be seeking to fulfill this need of the customer. So that has to be um, condensed, or that has to be solidified, and that has to be understood well before you take the next step. So what is the problem that you will be solving for your audience, or what need of your audience are you going to satisfy? So you need to know the challenges that they are facing. You need to know your competition, what kind of products and services your competition is providing. And you also need to know uh, where you come in, at what stage you come in, and what exactly it is that you are seeking to solve for your customer. Now, the third tool, content, this is also a very, very, very important tool. The third tool that you should know is what makes you unique. Now, whatever business or whatever product or service you are promoting or selling, you need to remember that there is competition around. There is no business or venture in the world which does not have competition. Whatever you do, there is competition, and it is stiff. So, why must your audience or your customer buy from you and not from your opponent or your competitor? What is it that makes you stand apart? Now, unless you know that, you will not be able to translate it and tell your customers, that this is what we are, you know. And good content will help you convey that message effectively. So now you see the importance of good content. It'll help you convey to your customers what makes you unique and why they should prefer you over competition. Now, the next one is the content format that you focus on. Now, here, I'd like to point out a very, a huge misconception that we all nurture. We all tend to think that content means written content, text. Whether it's across, whether it's on a website, whether it's on a social media handle, whether it's on a, on paper, text. We think of content as text, but no, content is not text. Content is also text. That's one aspect, yes, but it's not just that. Content today means video content, blogs, podcasts, infographics, and many more. It's not just text, is also one of them, yes. So you need to know what content format you're going to focus on. That depends on your audience. Now, if it's a younger crowd, you would go in more for, say, videos or podcasts. If it's an older crowd, you'd go for, say, infographics or text. So you've got to really, really, really understand your audience and who they are to be able to figure out what content format you're going to follow or you're going to stick to. And of course, when you decide on your content format, budgeting will also come in. Because suppose, for example, you intend to focus on the video format. Now, the video that you're going to take, are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to hire a videographer to do it? Are you going to, shoot the video within the confines of your home or office? Or would you need a more, sort of elaborate setting? Would you need the outdoors? So all these things matter when you take budget into consideration. So you need to figure out a budget for that, depending on the kind of video you want to shoot. Because unless you're prepared with the figures, you won't be able to proceed much with your content or innovate much. Now, the next thing is called content publishing. Now, what is content publishing? Content publishing, especially in the digital world, it often refers to, after you create content, it refers to the promotion of content or the reaching out of content to your audience. It's not just enough to create the content, it has to reach out. So that process of reaching out is called content publication. So content publication, one way of content publication would be to go live or to host a webinar, so that you reach out to your audience directly. So how are you going to publish your content? Are you going to post it on the social media channels and just be done with it? Or are you going to, organize a couple of webinars to familiarize your customer with your products and services? Or are you going to go live? Or are you going to have a Q&A session? What's it going to be like? You got to figure that out as well, your content strategy. So these are some basic tips and tricks to create a good content strategy. Your content strategy should be well thought. These aspects should be there. It should be well thought out. It should be well written and presented so that, you can quickly take a look at it and figure out what you need to do next. So that's all in my video today. But in the forthcoming videos, and then in the next couple of videos, I intend to dwell upon each of these content formats: video, podcast, infographics, etc., and to share with you my insights on how effective these formats are, what you can do to effectively market these formats, what format is ideal for what age group, and so on and so forth. So the next couple of videos will be focused completely on that. I hope you enjoyed listening to me today. These are just a few basic things. This is nothing that you guys don't know. I just wanted to share my insights and tips for a good content marketing strategy. We'll deal with all this in the forthcoming. How to present the content marketing strategy, how to write it. You cannot write it as text. So how do you write it? All these things I'll deal with later on. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.